Instead, agents circulated tales of incest and perversion. A defamed king invites disdain for the text he endorsed, leaving the Vatican free to steer believers toward newer versions under its control. James convened scholars to translate Old and New Testaments from Hebrew and Greek into English. The fruit of their labor, the King James Version, remains the most faithful rendering. Before we probe the translation, let us handle its physical proof. An original Oxford edition, complete with the 14 books of the Apocrypha, bound between testaments. Pastors who dismiss those books betray history. The First King James Bible declared them canonical. Within those pages, Europeans are prophesied to raise a false image of Christ, impose new religions, and displace Israel's tribes. Removing the Apocrypha maxed these indictments, ensuring congregations would not question emerging power structures. Publishers excised the Apocrypha, claiming lack of inspiration. In truth, the omission served political ends. If native peoples of the Americas were identified as lost tribes of Israel, the moral framework of colonial conquest would crack. Ministers who plead that color is irrelevant ignore the wounds inflicted by racial lies. When oppression paints Scripture as weapon of the oppressor, truth matters. The correction of James's identity is no trivial pursuit. It is lifeline, restoring faith to those alienated by deceit. During the Civil Rights era, agitators leveraged legitimate anger towards segregation to push Islamic ideologies and sow doubt in the Bible. By invoking a white, immoral King James, they cast Scripture as tool of the oppressor, diverting many from the liberation encoded within. Renaissance artists whitened countless images, yet one cloth portrait resisted alteration. To repaint it risked destruction. Instead, custodians locked it away in universities, accessible only to select eyes. To hide the heritage of James was to shield the larger secret of black rule in Europe. James's writings branded the Pope as antichrist and condemned idolatry. He warred not with sword alone, but with pen against the Roman Catholic Church and rising orders of occult philosophy. Collections of his works survive, bearing titles that proclaim his devotion to the Most High. He denounced the Rosicrucians, sorcerers, and any enterprise seeking to eclipse the light of Scripture. Such defiance bred enemies who waited for his death to exact literary revenge. 25 years after his passing, Anthony Weldon released The Court and Character of King James, financing secured by Rome's coffers. Weldon nursed personal grievance after James dismissed him from court. Francis Osborne joined the effort. Their pamphlets birthed the accusations that still echo, accusations unvoiced while James lived for fear of swift rebuttal. The rumors ignored Anne of Denmark, James's sole wife, with whom he fathered 9 children. Fidelity in marriage stands at odds with allegations of hidden lovers. If slanderers were honest, they would have grappled with this record, yet they remained silent, intent on portraying an image convenient to their agenda. Claims that James lay with his mother collapse under simple chronology. His father perished when James was an infant and Mary was imprisoned the same year, executed when he was 21. At no point did geography or circumstance allow the charge. Some allege James altered the Bible to suit his aims, but a monarch need not edit text when he can mold minds. Rome introduced mistranslations such as Easter in place of Passover, yet those slips do not justify discarding the entirety. Better to study than surrender. Isaiah foretold the Most High speaking to his people in another tongue, stammering lips. James's commission fulfilled that prophecy, providing an English record for the last days. He moved knowingly or not, under divine impetus. The translators, drawn from every corner of scholarship, labored to ensure that when the children of Israel awoke from captivity, an accessible record awaited them. This is why the version endures. It married sanctity of source with clarity of language. Had the Bible been written to elevate whiteness, its pages would depict white patriarchs. Yet Moses, Christ, and the tribes are portrayed as people of color. The same scriptures Rome upheld in conquest betray their narrative. Moses warned that a nation swift as the eagle would descend. Rome, symbolized by that very bird. Obadiah echoed the vision. The eagle flags of empire proclaim their identity even as they deny it. After Rome's return to power, Germanic and Edomite lines supplanted black nobility. Families ruling Britain today are heirs not of Judah, but of Edom. The guillotine claimed James's son Charles through the machinations of Oliver Cromwell, while the first Queen Elizabeth was replaced by a new dynasty bearing her name. James anticipated the onslaught. His dedication at the Bible's front declares intent to dispel darkness enveloping the land, to guide Zion toward light, and to secure peace at home and abroad. Though his bloodline was hunted, his work endures.